Hello, everybody. Asterisk here. I thought I wanted to make a quick little video discussing character choice and playstyle in fighting games. I'll get right into it. I kind of want to make this quick as possible, just not to take up too much of anyone's time. So here we go. So the game we have right here is Grand Blue versus something something. Grand Blue versus Rising S. I'm actually stumped right now, and I'm not kidding you. I forget what the S means. Hold on for a second as I check right here. Grand Blue Fantasy versus yeah, it's just called Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising. That is an S, right? I'm not crazy in the top left. Anyway, let's go to training mode real quick. So, fighting games are very special because when you play a fighting game, you have to pick a character, right? What type of character should I pick? Well, my question to you is, why are you playing? Are you playing casually, competitively, or kind of something in between? So, full disclosure, before we get into this, I just want to say that everybody has the right to have their own philosophy on how they choose to pick a character. Don't let me be the one who decides for you what to do. But if you take from what I have to say as something valuable, much appreciated, kudos. But to start things off, I think first you need to ask yourself why you're playing. And I mean, we're all playing video games to have fun, obviously. But I think what I'm really asking is like, what is the modality in which you are approaching playing? So like, is it very competitive, not very competitive, or something in between? That's what I mean by like being casual, hardcore, or something in between. I consider myself in between, and where I play for fun and with friends, but I like to at least have some knowledge of how to perform adequately and well with my character choices. And so by doing that, I think we can kind of eliminate, like if you're someone who's only playing really just for the sake of fun and blowing off steam, I'd say just go ahead and pick anybody you want, right? Because at the end of the day, whether you win or lose, it's not going to matter to you. But if it does matter to you when you lose and it like stings and you feel the sting of defeat just grinding in your soul, then I think that, yeah, you're probably someone who's more on the competitive side, and you should think a lot about who you choose. Because at the end of the day, you're competing to win. Let's be real here. Like the ground, and we need to establish the floor and ceiling here. And really, I'm telling you, with my professional advice and counsel, as someone who's a non-professional with no credentials or expertise, that you need to accept how you feel and what you need in order to succeed. And if you're super hardcore and the sting of defeat really bothers you, then yeah, I think you do need to focus on who you pick. And if you're something in the middle, I think this video might be for you, because you're something in the middle and you're balanced. But I think what I have to say pretty much applies to everybody. So there's three categories I came up with recently, and the three categories, whether I do the editing to show them or not, I probably won't. I'm a very lazy bum. The three categories I came up with are appeal, effort, and instinct. And appeal is basically very easy. Just look at any of the characters that the developers have designed for you and just pick them based on what they look like or how they make you feel. Very simple. If you want to be a big muscle badass like Vasaraga, easy. You just look at him. You're just like, yep, he looks great. He's big. He's strong. He's exuding terror and fear, yet he's a softie inside. His personality and his aesthetics, I dig. Or you can go, I like to be a tiny, frilly, adventurous girl who loves the color pink, but can kick your butt too. You've got Vegeta over here. And if you just want to be someone who's really down bad, you have Vera. So, moving right along, that is appeal. It's just what you look at and how it makes you feel inside. And that's really it. The second has to do with effort. Effort, if you look closely either at the bottom left or the bottom right of the screen, you're going to see something that says ease of use. A lot of people look at that, and what they do is they go, that's for people who are beginners to know what characters are safe for them to pick and not safe. The way I look at it, is that it's an it ease of use difficulty is supposed to help you discover how much effort do you want to put in, basically, into um, really having to lab the character in the practice room, or have to do research and really dive into a character like it's your last semester of college thesis, basically. And so I think you should focus on ease of use, not so much in terms of like difficulty and stuff like that. I think you should focus on it in terms of like how much effort you really want to invest in trying to understand the character in an encyclopedic way. Like, I'm not someone who's really gonna pick um, maybe like if I'm playing in a high pressure match or setup or I'm competitive, picking near from me while I'm in the cut and I'm being pressured at like Evo Grand Finals in my head before I wake up, um, I'm probably not going to have fun, especially if I lose and I have to find out and figure out what I have to do to overcome obstacles and opponents and different abilities and skills in the game. I'm probably going to avoid characters that are like too difficult, just because maybe my mind can't make sense of the character, or I'm just not willing to do the homework. Like, you have to really be able to analyze your habit of like, how do I want to play the game, and do I really want to just be able to like pick it up and kind of understand what I need to do, or do I want to really have to like get in the nitty gritty of the character's frames and data and the specifics and the techniques. So to me, ease of use is really effort of use. Determine how much effort you put into wanting to learn, and whether it is something you just want to pick up or it's something you want to invest in, like you're deciding on what college subject that you want to get a degree in, right? The next one has to do with instinct. Instinct, I'm probably going to have to go into the game to show you. But basically, instinct has to do with when you're being pressured during play, okay? Like, if you're playing in a tough match and your back is against the wall, you really do want to ask yourself on an instinctual habit basis, in the most holistic way possible, what is it that I want to be able to do to make a comeback? Because some people are going to be like, if I'm getting cornered against the wall and I'm losing all sorts of health and Catalina is just pressuring me, opening me up, I'm at half health, what is it that I want to be able to do in order to survive? And some people like me um, don't want to have any weaknesses whatsoever. We want to be sure that we have a tool for everything imaginable, so we play all-rounder characters. But some people are just like, well, I don't really want to be on my back heel when I'm getting pressured. I want to be the one who's constantly pressuring all the time. But you're not going to be in a situation where that happens. Like, a lot of people pick characters based on optimal situations where they're on top, but you're not going to always be on top. So you have to really ask yourself, what tools do you want to have so you can get out of the situation? Do you want to be able to teleport out of the way? Do you want to be able to have a fireball and a dragon punch when people jump in on you? Do you want to have very fast neutral buttons, very fast frames, good recovery, moves that have, if they miss and they whiff, you hit them with a hit stun and you knock them into a combo, or if they get too close, you basically grab them? What is it you want to do? And so I think, always think in terms of disadvantage, not advantage, because you'll discover kind of how it is you react to things and what it is you really want in order to get out of those situations. Because people oftentimes think of when they're winning and they're on top, but not really when they're losing and they're at the bottom. So you really do, I'd recommend thinking about things in that sort of light. Not optimal, but when I'm in a unoptimal situation and tools that I have. So I played Vegeta, and she's a balanced, easy character. And I like that because I just want to be able to pick up and play the game. And I just want to be able to have a tool for every situation. And I want to be able to understand what tools I have so that I know how to use them and implement them. I don't want to rely on YouTube to tell me the different technical aspects of my character. I don't want my character to be a Rubik's Cube, I just want it to be the controller I pick up and play with. So, yeah, it's those three things to just focus on, right? You want to focus on the appeal, the character's looks, presentation, feel, personality, etc. The character's, the amount of effort you have to put into learning the character, regardless of whether it's easy or hard. just pick who you want to pick. The thing about video games is that they're more fair than life. In life, you don't really get to pick how you look, how tall you are, sometimes how smart you are, or how fast you can run. Video games, everything really comes down to the options and decisions you make. So just make the best of it. Even I see people complaining in Street Fighter about modern and classic controls. Play what comes comfortable to you, because at the end of the day, if you one day get to Evo Finals and there's $1 million on the line, are you really going to care what the other guy thinks? Probably not. And then the last thing to focus on is instinct. Like when you're being pressured, how do you want to make a comeback? You know, when you're in an unoptimal situation, how do you want to break out of it? What tools do you want to have? And how do you want to turn the beat back on your opponent so you can get back on top? So that's pretty much everything that I use to determine character choice, and now you can too. Thank you very much for listening. You have a wonderful, wonderful day. Take care. Later.